Presentation: a current debate within the AAA games industry, the impact of COVID-19. The world has been hit by a pandemic of the likes never seen before. Many industries have been struggling and then forced to close their businesses because they can't adapt. The changes brought on by the country's government have forced these businesses to close their doors for good. This is especially true of the gaming industry, who have been forced to adapt after being exponentially hit by this crisis. At the beginning of September 2020, this saw the start of the viral outbreak and the beginning of university for our GAM-507 team members. As lockdown has gradually lifted, some people still choose to self-isolate. As the impact that is COVID-19 is having all over the globe, this has transformed our GAM-507 project in a way that transportation has not been fully returned to normal. Students still face delays and cancellations on public transportation. Students are still contracting COVID-19 and are being forced to self-isolate. This means that they will have to study from home online. But many games and electronics companies have been thriving throughout the pandemic, since millions of people across the world have been in a lockdown and have been forced to stay at home with nothing better to do than consume a lot of electronic and digital content in their free time. In 2020, gamers and gaming quickly became a dominant platform, and activities throughout the entertainment sector, user engagement, and spending skyrocketed as people were forced to stay at home. Consoles and digital sales are high, and a lot of digital gaming content has been in demand by hungry consumers. If you compare the fact that before the pandemic to during the pandemic, there has been a 44% rise in gaming sales. Gaming platforms like Steam throughout the pandemic have been seen an exponential rise in gaming traffic and sales across their platform due to the crisis. Companies like Nintendo have been struggling to buy parts for their console, the Nintendo Switch, due to production in China because of the pandemic. Valve had problems shipping their virtual reality headsets due to production problems caused by COVID-19. In many industries, including the gaming industry, there has been a sudden shift to remote work. This has caused problems for many companies, as remote work for games development is very difficult as to having a dedicated team in an office. Many gaming companies have seen delays or missed release dates and deadlines due to remote work being difficult. Many industry events like E3 have been closed to the public due to the pandemic of COVID-19, leaving many games companies without a platform to showcase their games after many years of meticulous and careful planning for the event. COVID-19 has taken its toll on our health and our mental health, as well as we have been forced to stay at home with many of us being bored. This has seen a boom in gaming sales across the lifespan of the pandemic. Since the pandemic, remote work in the games industry has become more common. Now employees have the option to work remotely or come in to the office on a rota basis. Due to the pandemic, this might be the case for many employers, giving their employees the option for remote work. This should and will become a mainstay throughout the years to come within all industries, not just the gaming industry. Conclusion. What does this mean for the gaming industry? Playing games during the pandemic has been a positive effect for our health and mental health. Many video game companies have reported record sales during COVID-19 and the global lockdown. This is because video games have been the main source of entertainment for gamers and non-gamers alike. During the pandemic, it has allowed us to stay in contact with friends and family and to enjoy a source of entertainment together across these bleak times.